Well, we've been covering the House of Keys sitting this morning, and after the question time, I stayed around for a bit because you had a very interesting question, Daphne Caine, about how to remove a Chief Minister.
Yeah, I've put a motion down for a leave to introduce a private member's bill, and the private member's bill would be to change one single figure in a clause, and that is the number of votes of members of the House of Keys required to support a vote of no confidence in Chief Minister. It was changed in March 2016, so we only require MHKs to elect Chief Minister with 13 votes and to remove them with 16 votes. And my contention this morning is that is illogical, it's inconsistent, it would leave a Chief Minister with no authority or credibility if they had 13, 14 or 15 members of the House of Keys who opposed them. So my leave to introduce, and the very simple bill that I'm seeking, is simply to change the figure for a vote of no confidence in Chief Minister to equal that to elect him at 13 votes.
What do you know that we don't? You want to remove our current Chief Minister?
I did make the point, emphasise that point now. It's not to any way related to the present Chief Minister. This is about our Parliament and our procedures and how we elect a government and how that appears to the outside world. And I just think if a Chief Minister faced a vote and ended up getting 13, 14 or 15 people not supporting him in the House of Keys, but limped on as a government, that would send out a disastrous message in terms of the Isle of Man. And I was really pleased to have 24 members unanimous support.
Were you surprised it didn't go to debate at all, really?
No, Mr Thomas made some comments,
Yes,
and it was, as he said, it was Mr Speaker, the current Speaker, Mr Watterson, Juan Watterson, who brought a private, who I think it was Mr Cannon's bill, actually, Alf Cannon's bill, but Juan Watterson tried to amend it, and he got several amendments through, but this one failed in March 2016 by 19 votes to 4, and 8 of the people who voted against reducing the number of votes for a vote of no confidence, 8 of those members are still sitting in the House.
You brought this because you presume at some point the legislation would have to be enacted, or is this just future-proofing?
This is future-proofing. This is to have it there that should it come to the point where members feel there is need to have a vote of confidence in the Chief Minister, that a straightforward majority of the House would be appropriate. The other concern I had was that recently we've had a long period when we've had 2 members not there, so we've had 22 members, but you'd still require, under the legislation, a vote of 16 to unseat a Chief Minister. And I just think that in terms of how we prepare, and I'm grateful again to Professor Peter Edge, School of Law at Oxford Brookes University, he says in all the jurisdictions he is aware of, that is only comparable, requiring this 2/3 majority, to the Cayman Islands. But it's not comparable, actually, because we have such large numbers that are involved in government.
So, very pleased with how it went through, and off you go now with your member.
Yes, I look forward to having, hopefully not too much of our precious legislative drafters' time, to draw up a very simple bill.
It's very quick and simple.
It's a very simple bill to amend that one clause in the Council of Ministers Act, and I look forward to a debate when I bring that before the House.
And finally, were you surprised the Coman did go with it on this one?
Yeah, I was a bit surprised. Yes. I don't usually get the support of COVID for motions that I bring. But no, it's very welcome, and I think it is a good thing to have a debate on, and I hope it will win support when I bring forward the legislation.